Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another. It's the Manchester United. It's another Mandem United crossover. The Manchester United, Chelsea, and Spurs show, people. The Mandem United podcast meets the Ballers at the Bridge podcast meets talking that Tottenham talk. So make sure you hit the like button as soon as you land. Let's get up to double figures expeditiously. Share this across all the socials as well. And just as important, subscribe to the channel. Sarcasm City TV is rolled to 5K, people. We're literally one off our subscriber milestone for the day. So we want to hit that because we want to be under 40 or less away from 5K subscribers. Please keep all of your questions, Manchester United, Chelsea, and Spurs related. Of course, FA Cup action today. So Manchester United getting past Reading, Spurs getting past Preston, North End, and Chelsea signing everybody. So we'll be talking all things Caicedo as well. But let me introduce, obviously, we got well, not all, you know what I'm saying, of the panelists, not all of the co-hosts of the show, but we got the vast majority anyway. Eleanor is in the building, Surfer is here, Peter is here as well. We'll start with you first, Eleanor. How are you doing?
I'm good. A long day, but I'm all good. I'm not going to lie, I did not watch the cup game, but I didn't need to. I know it was boring.
It was boring. I didn't watch
it. I don't need to watch it. You're going to hear a rant today, but yeah. I'm good.
We expect that, but glad you're good. Good to have you here. You know what I'm saying? Not so good to have him here. I'm blessed. Much appreciated. I'm tired. I played ball this morning.
No one asks you. I feel like you ask us, but
nobody asked me. Nobody asked me. I was playing football today. What the fuck?
You're standing in the center circle making 5-yard passes, man.
Yo, nah. We was in the trenches today. It was a away game.
Can I just say one thing before we move on?
Yeah. Go on.
It says like, you know, this is Chelsea and United and Tottenham, but there's no Southampton in that title.
Oh my god!
This guy stop me
for this.
So like, look, we have Mandem United ballers at the bridge and talking that Tottenham talk, but there's another fan here.
Give us a Southampton name then. We need a Southampton name.
Hey, I'll think of one. You better put it in.
Okay, you think of
one. No more characters. Nah.
All right, I didn't even put that. All right, cool. Yeah, for you, I will do. But yeah, Peter, how are you doing, my G?
I'm good, man. We won today. Solid win. Gearing up for the League Cup second leg on Tuesday. It is what it is, man. Like, I can't complain. I mean, you guys have been bullying me for the last 35 minutes, but it's fine.
Yeah, hold that. I'm glad we was. And just to respond to you, yes, we played ball. I played ball this morning. Away game in Leeds, we went down to 10 men early. So we was in the trenches. Just saying, we was in the trenches today. I'm still tired now.
Or double yellow?
It was double yellow for one of our players. So it was early. It was like 25 minutes into the game at 2-1, and we kept a clean sheet. We were defending pretty much the entire second half. So yes, I had to put in a shift. It wasn't fun, and the pitch was shocking. I'm still mad about it now, but we got through to the next round. We're through to the quarterfinals, and of course, last but not least, my Surfer is in the building. What are you telling me, Surfer? You good?
I'm good, man. I am in a good mood. I'm good.
This guy just laughed, you know.
This guy's team didn't even play. What's he laughing about?
Exactly. I still had a better weekend than your team, man. That's right.
Hey, we won. Shut up.
But yeah, you lot in the comments, keep all your questions Manchester United, Chelsea, and Spurs related. If you got any Southampton questions, there might be a Southampton fan in here. Feel free to get them into your lonely supporter in Peter as well. Yeah, Eleanor, thin ice. You know what I'm saying? Do not back this. Thin ice. This thing.
Prompted.
Yeah.
If you have any Southampton questions, if any of you are curious about the state of our team, let me know.
Yeah, if you're curious about a relegation battle and the team,
you want to know what the championship is like?
Yeah, if you want to know, ask him. Yeah, if you
championship settings. Yeah,
let us beat one of your teams. Let it happen.
Yo, we already played you this season and booked you lot. You lot make the final, please. I actually want Southampton to make the final.
We'll be there.
You won't be. I'm saying you will not. You might have getting packed by Newcastle on Tuesday. I want to be wrong though. I want it to be Southampton. I'm actually trying to get to the game as well. Shout out Time to Shine. I know you're trying to get me a ticket because we're in the final already. But yeah, like I said, if you got any questions on United getting past Reading, Spurs getting past Preston, Chelsea with the Caicedo deal, or any other questions regarding those three clubs, feel free to get your questions in. Link is in the pinned comment for the membership as well. And let's bump up the likes. We're at 14 already, which is cold. Let's get 6 more. Like check 1 2 1 2. Let's get to 20 likes. But Eleanor, we'll start with you, because I know you have a lot to say when it comes to Tottenham Hotspur. You have a lot to say when it comes to Antonio Conte. You have a lot to say when it comes to Daniel Levy. My point is, you have a lot to say, you know what I'm saying, about your beloved football club. Yeah, and you just have a lot to say in general.
I was
So
just saying, you could have just said you have a lot to say. Go ahead.
yeah, but I didn't want to seem rude, so I was trying to, you know what I'm saying, work around
Yeah,
it. But yes,
I mean,
you have a lot to
fine.
say. You know what I'm saying? Basically saying you don't show up, but go on. You know what I'm saying? The floor is yours.
I didn't say that. That was not
joking.
me. That was
outrageous, Peter, man. That's outrageous.
That is outrageous.
You
Peter,
know,
that is you.
doing all the talking.
That is it. But go on. Sorry. Yeah, you're right. Go on. The floor is yours.
So yeah, I don't know. And to be honest, I don't know what we're doing at this point. we no. Let me put context to that. Like, listen, we've got a manager that isn't going to be here. We had the whole window that we decided to waste.
Yo, sorry. That's the greatest intro ever. Basically, we don't know what we're doing.
Like, at the end of the day, there's no plan. There's no plan at Tottenham. And what we have is a situation where we have a manager that doesn't want to be here at the end of the season. Like, he's gone. Then we have a whole January window, which we pretty much wasted. Yes, we got 2 signings in, but we've pretty much wasted a whole January window because we have, you know, a manager that doesn't want to be here. So we can't buy many players because the next manager probably won't want these players. And so we're just in a situation where we have no long-term plan. We're just sitting here, just waiting on him to leave in the summer, so we don't pay him. And you know, it's not a situation where we've sacked another manager. He can just say, well, you know, Levy can just say, well, we didn't sack him. He just didn't renew, and it's easy. It's easy going from there. At the end of the day, I don't see if he's not signing why we didn't get rid of him at the beginning of this window. It doesn't make sense. If we know he's not signing, what was the point? That's my opinion. It's just like, I think this football is useless, to be honest with you. I do. I think this football is useless. I think he, at this point, yes, like, he's getting results. At this point, we had 2 good results, fine. We got to look at the opposition as well. I can't be gassed over beating Preston. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's a joke. Should be fair. In my opinion, I think we need a long-term plan, like I've always said. And people can shout Enoch out all they want, but if I'm Levy, what has Conte done to deserve money? What has he done to deserve me to back him with all this money?
No.
What is
you are fifth?
Hi, Hunk. Wait. Can we just look at Butt's comment for a second? Hi, Hunk. Can you Google map me to Waterloo? I don't know where you are. How can I Google map?
Like water, like in France?
Now, Waterloo is a place in London.
Okay, why can't he Google map himself?
Yes, no, because it's Timo. That's why.
Also, how are we gonna just know where you're at?
Yeah, how can I help you?
Right, who blocked him for 5 minutes? Was that you, sir?
I did.
For 5 minutes.
I did, man. I'm not having this fucking sim set.
Never said I've had enough.
No, I'm not having it.
Let me see.
How are we supposed to get you like a starting point for directions if we don't know where you're at?
I blocked him. But that being said, about Spurs, you are like, what are you, 3-4 points off top 4 into one your group?
You've also got to look at it's right. While I understand the situation isn't that bad, I get it. When you look at it in isolation, it's not that bad. You've also got to look at the fact that Arsenal are top of the league. So obviously that's going to hurt Spurs fans more. Like at this point, I'm in the situation where I'm like, we're so bad, blah, blah. Yeah, the outrage would be outrage. But like, for me, it's like, it wouldn't be as bad if they weren't top of the league, which is facts. I think no one expected Arsenal to be top of the league. So it's a bit much. But when you look at it in isolation, it doesn't look that bad. When I look at the long term, it looks dreadful. The long term under Conte looks dreadful in terms of how we're going to go, where we're going to go from here. And right now, when you say everything we're achieving or where we are and all of this, it doesn't look that bad. But when you look at the long term, it doesn't look good because we're not doing anything. And like I said, we don't know what we're doing. So long term, what are we doing? We don't know. That's the answer. Like long term, we don't know. It's just like hit and hope now and see where you end up, pretty much.
Yeah. All right, you lot continue to get your questions in about Spurs. Surfer, we'll go to you. Chelsea might not play this weekend, but you have been in the news. We've got
always in the news.
We've got Yeah, they have. We got Brighton players, putting in transfer requests on Twitter, whether that was first or second, and on Instagram, we don't know. But what's your thoughts on how that's played out, and do you want him at your football club as well?
So I'm not too sure he's worth all the money. 90 million we're talking about now, going up to. If you're going to do that, then just pay the extra bills for Enzo Fernandez. You know what I mean? If you're going to go like near 100 million, and that's what I think. I think that's what they're going to be forced to do. They go, we're going to charge us 90 million, and we're going to go for this guy, and even if we have to pay now and just loan him back for the season, and something like that, which I think that's what looks like when the deal might be heading, like with the Gusto deal, which because Benfica are still in the Champions League, they're going for the title, and it's like, well, okay, we don't really need him right now given the situation we're in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know we're in the Champions League, but let's be realistic. We're not going to win the Champions League, so, and I'd rather not be in Europa League or something like that. So, yes, the Caicedo did what makes me laugh is like we had a £55 million apparently bid turned down. They want like 75 million or more than that. Arsenal come in and just bid under what Brighton want and think they're going to get him or something like that. Listen, it's a lot of money for a guy who he looks very good, but there's not a lot of sample size to go around for you to spend uploads of £90 million on. I don't think we'll do that deal. It'd be interesting. I don't think Arsenal will do that deal either. I think he goes in the summer. I think Brighton are going to hang on to him unless Arsenal agree to pay the 90 million or something like that, which I don't think they will. But it's going to be it's interesting, man. He came out like it was weird because like 3 days ago, I don't know if it was him or the club said it was him. He released a statement about I'm concentrating on Brighton. I love it here. And like 48 hours later, he's putting a transfer request basically on Instagram. And that's a new thing now, isn't it? It's like you don't do it now. You don't do it privately or something like that. You just post it on social media.
And he didn't go to training.
Yeah, he didn't go to training. They basically told him to stay away until after the transfer window. They basically told him to come back on February the 1st, I read. Stay away until February 1st. That's what I read.
I will reply to your comments after because we'll get back to Tottenham. But I've seen a few of your comments that I need to reply to.
Yeah, Ellen are doing the malice and the palace and that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's only fitting. It's only right jumping into the crowd. You know what I'm saying?
Malice and the palace, what a great program.
Run our test and that. You know what I'm saying? Jess, you there, family?
Go on.
Sorry.
All I say, hey, Marcel, at least my club spends money unlike you cheapskates up north, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's right. You'll never win again. You'll never win again, man. You'll never win again. That's it for now. Yeah, that's what yours is.
Good.
Yeah.
Never win again. It's good.
Hold that, man. Don't bring a verbal knife to a verbal gunfight with me. That's all I'm saying. All right, we move. Let's go. Who's
absolutely. Hey, and there's over 50 of you lot locked in, and we know only at 24 likes. Let's bump that up. 40 likes, people. That's the like check. That's what we're looking for. Like check 1212. Let's get it up to 40 likes. You lot are taking liberties. How are we over 50? Like none of this Southampton attacking conversion rate. What's going on? Let's go up to 40 likes, people, and that expeditiously. Why are you screwing your face? You lot have the worst attack in the league. How many goals you scored?
He's talking to me. I
said Southampton. Nah, Southampton, not you, Ellen.
We scored 15, but I don't think we have the worst attack.
How is it not? What is this guy?
Good Lord, man.
What is this guy?
This guy's
I don't think we do.
Do you not? It's bad anyway. It's bad. You know what I'm saying? It is very bad.
You can't see it.
Everyone is locked in. Nah, we can't see it, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. We scored 17. Nah, Everton have a worse attack than us, and so do Wolves.
Frank Lampard's team.
We scored, and so did Forest, actually. We're like 4th worst, but yeah, we're not the worst.
All right, so you're one of the worst. That's being said, we just got a new subscriber as well. He didn't. Hey. What a win for you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What a win for you. Yeah. Get off the bottom of the table. You know what I'm saying? And that. Get off the bottom of the table. Hold that. That being said, he just mentioned it there with Eriksen. Jose says, certainly after Eriksen's injury, we are getting a midfielder in the market. My guess, Gravenberch alone, since he isn't getting much playing time at Bayern. We needed a midfielder anyway before Eriksen got
he's not coming, man.
Like this was it. Like, whether it's Gravenberch or not, Manchester United need a midfielder. Like, I don't get why people are now saying, United desperately needed a midfielder with Eriksen fit. So without Eriksen, it makes no difference. What are you saying, no, Jez? You good anyway?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Southampton won 2-1. Ice in my veins.
Is that your team as well, Jez?
Hey man,
Hey man, I'm here for the trenches. I'm here for the trenches.
Yeah.
Support the
Why
brother.
do you right? What I don't understand is you're moving from struggling teams to even more struggling teams.
You know what it is? You know this.
Like, where in the trenches? Why do you want to be in the trenches?
You can't understand because this is real nigga stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be real. So honestly, it's a different matter here.
Oh, like it just hits different when Southampton score. Like, you guys don't get it.
Oh,
bro.
No, it don't hit different. It's just rare. You know what I'm saying? So it's a rare feeling. It's a rare feeling.
If they're gonna start singing those chants after wins at home, it hits different. I had to watch the highlights earlier.
When we score after the 15th minute on Tuesday, and they're running the ball back to the center circle,
appreciate how cute this is.
You'll probably be 3-0 down by that time. So
you'll be 3-0 down. Go on. What is it? Eleanor, go on. What is it?
Please look how cute this is. I don't know if you lot of Star Wars.
Is that Baby Yoda?
He is so cute. Look at
Timo would call it the cutest thing of all time.
No,
hey,
it actually
timed
really
out for 5
Look
minutes.
at this buggy. Oh my god, it's great. Anyway,
I can't believe these people in the comments are like talking shit about
really
Southampton.
I just can't believe. What I can't believe is that he blocked Timo for 5 minutes. I was giving
I did it again.
Should have been 10.
I did it again. That's how I did it, man.
We're not gonna have him ask you questions about nothing.
Facts.
Yeah,
facts. You can just message you.
How this is gonna go.
Yeah, you can just do that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah,
How
absolutely.
this is gonna go.
Hey, 60 of you lot locked in. Let's get over 60 of you lot locked in. Let's get to 40 likes, you lot. Flawless, I didn't end up watching it. Yeah, go on.
He's drunk typing, man, as well.
Yeah. He's mash up. Flawless, I didn't end up watching the United game. Was there any standouts in the United squad? Casemiro was the standout, but it was workman like we did what needed to be done. Casemiro was the standout of Ruka, but you didn't miss anything like that. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say go back and watch it. Yes, Yimika, we need midfielders. Oh, this is a good question. A Southampton question. Who's signing James Ward-Prowse when you're relegated? United, Spurs, or Chelsea? We'll go to you first
Chelsea.
on that, Pia.
We already know that.
He's
Chelsea.
One,
Chelsea.
we're not getting relegated. 2, he signed a 5-year deal.
All my life.
He signed a 5-year extension at the beginning of last season when he was linked to
There's
Villa.
probably a relegation clause in that, Peter, to be honest.
No, we're not
Yeah, there probably is.
Nah,
Relegation release clause.
You know what? So far,
You guys understand.
Yeah,
Since
fucking
we came back to the Prem,
trigger it
we came
anyway.
back to the Prem in August 2012. James Ward-Prowse has been playing first team football. He's a one-club man. He's not going anywhere. But
since we
for whatever reason, there is a relegation clause in this contract. If Southampton participates in this kind of haram,
There we
then
go.
he'd probably like Villa or somebody like that.
Absolutely. But yeah, probably Chelsea to answer your question, Ed, personally. I could see Chelsea definitely signing him. Because his signing is
going to get relegated? What the hell?
Yeah, we said
what I'm
we
saying.
said it. We said it. I don't just shut up, just hold that, just shut up, man.
I already told you, man. Flawless, I already told you, whenever Spurs have to come up to the Southampton place, bro, there's 3 points for. There's gonna be 3 points for Southampton. I'll be real.
Yeah, man, 3 points in the, you know what I'm saying,
That's
a
not
season
the
totaling
team.
35, you know what I'm saying? And
Hey, I know,
relegation
but sometimes we gotta prioritize stuff. Like, I'll be real. Like, Southampton staying in the league is good for everybody.
Prioritize, you know.
Let's be honest.
No,
Let's
it's
be
not,
honest.
man. It's not good,
People
no.
donate them.
So wait,
That's good,
if you do go down, do you both go as well?
No, they ain't going with them.
we
They
gonna
ain't
be in
going
the
down with that shit. They go jump shit. You know what I'm saying? And
I'll
how we
be
know
honest.
niggas can't? How we know niggas can't swim? Don't do that. They might go jump shit, man. Viciously, man. Sure,
Can we have
man.
a real
You know what I'm saying?
conversation right now? Can we have a very real and honest conversation?
No, because you're not going to be real and honest about it. Oh yeah, I'm going to go down with shit. Sure, man.
I'll be completely candid with you. I will ride with Southampton forever if they get rid of Nathan Jones. If he's still in charge,
Yeah, but you're always gonna have love for Chelsea.
All right. We just going to bypass this. Big up to Rich, who says, would Spurs fans be happy to cash in on Kane and start over again? Over to you, Eleanor. Would you be happy for
I'm
this to
going to
happen?
probably give a very different standpoint to Jez, because for me, I feel like I get it where fans are saying, like, you know, he's getting older and we need to cash him because we're not going to get much for him anymore, blah, blah. But give me a time where any player has been replaced properly by Tottenham. Not a backup, properly. How do you replace Kane? And will Tottenham go and do that? No, like let's be real. Let's be
That's a
real.
cool Moani, you know, this guy. Be real.
Let's be real.
Please.
We are not
I am
gonna
real.
go-
I'll be real. My
Shut up,
striker is
Jazz,
at
man.
Frankfurt. Yo,
Shut
my
up,
next
man.
striker is gonna be at Frankfurt coming to Spurs, man. Like, I'll be real.
No, let's be
Go
real.
on.
For me, I think I would rather Kane just stay at this point. I don't care about his transfer value. I'd rather him stay because at the end of the day, I think I want him to be here because we're not gonna get better than Kane. And the last few years are gonna be better than some random that is gonna just flop in the end anyway. So for me, I'd rather him stay. While I understand when you talk about general like transfer money and everything, like we're not going to get these offers again. We already messed it up once. Second time we're not going to get it again. But I would like to think he extends his contract and just stays here. And if everyone can say, oh, you know, he's a loser not wanting to win trophies, I disagree because he's part of the reason why we haven't won trophies.
I agree with that. I think he is a part of the reason.
So
I do
I'm not
think
going to feel sorry for him when you haven't done much to win us a trophy. So why am I going to feel sorry for you?
I respect that. You know what I'm saying? I do. I respect that stance.
Right, you go to Jez because I'm sure Jez has a different opinion. So.
I don't know, Jez. What is your opinion on this?
Shut up, Jez.
I know this is. See, it's either two options that we're gonna have next summer. Either Kane extends his contract and
this guy laughing, you know. Jez, why are you
no,
laughing?
yo, this,
why are you laughing?
This, no.
I'm
Bro,
listening, but why are you laughing? I'm just asking.
No, you interrupted me. That's what I'm not
Sorry,
sorry.
my bad. It's me. Sorry, my bad. My apologies.
Hey, don't speak over Jess. What
My
the hell?
apologies. Hey, Peter,
Well,
sure.
somehow
We'll go.
bloodline, right?
Yeah.
Anyways,
Bro, so
before I got rudely interrupted, so there's only two options. Yo, bro, stop laughing, man. What the hell?
I'm gonna just mute myself. Go on.
Yeah,
Go
mute
on.
yourself. So there's only really two options. Like either Harry Kane is gonna be our striker next season, or it's gonna be Richard up front. So this is the real question: Richard or Harry Kane? Obviously, Kane. So if Kane wants to sign a new deal, I'm for it. I don't care if people are gonna call him loser because end of the day, I don't want a guy who has 0 Premier League goals this season to be my next striker. I'll be real. So, and he does the dance and shit. Like, I don't want to see that. So, if Kane does leaves, I already said this. Like, Flores says I'm trolling Kolo Muani. That's not even Kolo Muani. Randall Kolo Muani. That's my striker for next season if Kane leaves. So I'm not really worried.
I think it's.
Anyway, let's move on.
I just want to say, I think it's if he doesn't move on, he signs a new contract. I think it's just a marriage of convenience or comfortability at the moment. Do you know what I mean? It's like Spurs don't have to move on and spend heavily in the market. They've got Kane there. Kane's there to he'll obviously he's gonna break the goal scoring record. So I just think it's more of a comfortability in terms of especially Spurs,
there's nothing wrong with that.
No, I'm not saying it. But what I'm saying is, if it's people saying it's wrong, it's wrong. You know, you can't really tell people what's wrong if they're happy when they are in their situation, then that's fine. I think it's more happy for Spurs' side.
Kane needs to play for big teams. First visual, for the biggest team in England. Anyway,
right, but I think it's more convenient for Levy if Kane stays because they don't have to spend all that money trying to recruit someone. So.
Yes. Don't talk to us about that.
Hey, hold that, fam. Hold that.
I just want to remind you, we beat you 3-2 at your ground last year. So watch
serious, that is the ultimate baby face.
I still can't believe this.
Hulk Hogan style. Remember that one? Took you down.
Every time we play.
Listen, first visual. If Kane ends up like Vardy, that means he's won a Premier League.
I was gonna say like Kane would take that.
I'll be very happy with that.
Kane takes that.
That would be Kane as a Premier League and an FA Cup.
And an FA Cup.
Did they win a Community Shield or did they lose that?
They won that.
No, they won it. That's why.
I'll take it. I will take it.
Tottenham would sign up for that tomorrow. What?
Kane?
Yes, fans would. Yes, absolutely.
That's not the insult you think it is.
It's not an insult, man.
Just give me what I want. It's just to be honest, I just want to Coupe de France if you could win it.
Can we go back to the Mourinho comment? Of course,
yeah,
but I really want to.
Yeah. Go on. What time's the comment out from who? And I'll put it up on the screen.
Rich Sports.
Oh yeah, they had to this one. They had to sack Mourinho because there was a serious chance he was going to win a trophy.
Firstly, you're lucky I don't have access because I would ban you for that comment.
Why are you going to ban him? You got to explain first. Go on, big up Rich. Go on.
Big up Rich for that.
No, big up Rich. No. Hey, relax. Calmer. I'm bigging up Rich just in general.
Her eyes got red.
Yeah, serious. Not for the comment. Rich is one of my guys. Rich is cool, so I'm just bigging him up in general.
Rich needs to learn.
But go on. You need to explain why are you so against this comment, Eleanor?
Okay,
use your words.
If you watch Tottenham in that season, you would know that he wasn't the most serious chance of winning a trophy. At the end of the day, I actually think anyone, even the fucking tea lady, would have been better in that final than Mourinho. So, and
I disagree personally.
Hey, Ryan Mason did
respect the tea lady. What the hell?
The tea lady can't play 4-4-2 like I would.
You know.
Facts.
Leave Babs alone, man.
Oh, fucking too.
It is. Big up to Rich as well.
Mixer, mate.
He says, you know what's crazy? I heard that today, you know.
Actually,
I heard that phrase on the pitch today, yo. Let them know you're there.
We all love
I'm telling you, bro. First
I heard that.
Let them know
I heard,
you're there.
you know, I heard that a lot. Let them know you're there. I heard that. I was like, oh my God, yo. We in the trenches of all trenches, yo.
Were you told to leave one on him?
Yeah, leave one on him. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, I'm a man of football. I don't do these things. Pass me the ball.
It's still now.
Yes, yep, heard that as well. When we went 2-0 up early. We went 2-0 up inside like 5 minutes, and we heard that, and then we conceded. Now manager was fuming.
Kick it out.
Fuming. Rich says thoughts on Casemiro playing pretty far forward for United. It's good because we need all the help we can get in attack. I didn't know he had that in his skill set. I didn't know Casemiro was so good with the ball at his feet. I didn't know his offensive skill set was so good. And it could come in key because he scored some important goals at important times today. Scored away at Chelsea. Great passer of the ball as well. I keep saying this. Very underrated. Not underrated. I didn't know he was that good on the football. So I'm like, Casemiro, top quality. World-class operator. Ravi says, question for Eleanor. Thoughts on Dan Juma and Porro?
Oh, I'm very happy. I mean, happy we finally got some signings. Porro, obviously, someone we needed. I'm very. I know people will say this is really bad or whatever, but I'm happy I did a Willian to someone else, so I'm quite happy that we got that Juma just because I'm still hurting from what Willian did to us. So I'm happy. Like I'm happy. It's not. We still need a centre back. We need a keeper. Like we know what the positions we need, but at the end of the day, we hijacked the deal when he basically came over and did a whole medical with Everton, and that was fun. So I enjoyed that. So many people like, oh, this is mean. I don't care.
What are you saying, Jez? What are you saying? I look at this fool. This guy never super chats ever, you know.
Ever.
This guy never super chats. This guy never ever super chats. He is a member, you know what I'm saying, of the channel. So I salute him for that. He's a member. Yeah. But he fully supports the channel. I'm not disputing that. But never ever does this guy super chat. Now he wants to drop big yellow super chat. So Eleanor, thank you, innit? You help. You know what I'm saying? I know how to pick talent, people. Harry Kane's transfer value is 60 million minimum. I can think of maybe Manchester United. Would you take him? But I don't know Flawless. Would you prefer him or Osimhen? What's crazy is he knows the answer to this question because I've been asked this question when he's been on stream with me. When it's just been me and him on a Q&A. I've been asked this. You know what I'm saying? He's been in the comments when other people have asked me this on Man United.
Yeah, he's obviously drunk. I really hope he gets home safe.
He's got the memory. He's got the memory of a cat. You know what I mean? It's just nothing's there. Do you know what I mean? It's like if you rattled his head, it sounded like one of those spray paint cans. You know, when you're like that. That's what Timo's head would sound like. Okay, he's got no memory. All right. You know what I mean? He doesn't even know he sent that super chat until tomorrow. Yeah. He won't know. Do you know what I
mean?
Timo, to drunk Timo, I appreciate it. But Harry Kane, you're saying Harry Kane's transfer value is 60 million minimum. I disagree with
60 million. That's
to me.
Snap him up.
I said 60 million maximum, but that's because if
it's only 60 million Southampton, I got a plan for you.
Well, in the championship, that's big money in the championship.
Hey, the budget's
you know
what
I'm saying in that. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay the tea lady in that. You know what I'm saying? You got to be splashing 60 M's on Harry Kane.
Hey, to be fair, like Harry Kane could join a team that just won a double this season. So I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Free community shield. Free community shield when we win the FA Cup, mate.
All right, cool. Can I get to this? But anyways, as I was saying in it, Harry Kane to me is not 60 M's like minimum. To me, that's the max I'd pay for him. I've stated this already for obvious reasons. Last year of his deal, Spurs have to lose him on a free. You're dealing from a position of power, but that's just my personal preference. As for Osimhen, not seeing enough of him. Like his profile, his injury record does worry me, but yeah, it's not a preferred Osimhen. My preferred striker is Ivan Toney. I've spoken on this in depth many times. Like if we were to sign, well, we need more than one striker, but my number one target would be Ivan Toney. But that doesn't mean I'm against a Kane, I'm against an Osimhen or anybody else. Or Vlahovic. So that's just me. Everyone, but Timo appreciate the super chat. Yeah, Ivan Toney, a bad boy baller. And yo, there's over 90 of you locked in. We're at 50 likes. Let's get up to 60. 60 likes, people. Over 91 of you lot. And if you do super chat, we will get straight to your comment. Don't forget, link is in the pinned comment for the membership. Yeah, we'll get straight to whatever you super chat.
I'm getting a lot of questions
and subscribe.
Here. Like,
yeah, it's yeah. Another one for you. Question for Eleanor: do you need to move Lloris on?
I laughed, you know. It's a very simple question. The club. He needs to be chased all over.
So very simple.
Hey, that was Eleanor's question. You shut up, Jez, man.
Yeah, I'll hold that, Jez.
I got triggered. Okay, I got triggered.
You triggered and shut up. How about that? Go on, Eleanor. Answer that question.
Yes, we do. Yes. It's a simple question. Yes.
There you go, Ravi. There you go, Ravi. You got your answer.
I don't even want to hear from Jez on this question. You know, let's move on. I don't want to hear from Jez.
I think he said what he said anyway.
Ravi's asking a lot of questions of me, you know.
Hey, Ravi,
get to it. And to first visual, all you have to do is see. You can see by the badges. It's the Manchester United Chelsea Spurs show. You know what I'm saying? So Eleanor supports Tottenham Hotspur, then you have Jez.
I'm giving you Arsenal vibes. Everyone. I'm really sorry. That is such an insult.
That is disrespectful.
But like, honestly,
you might as well have called you a Southampton fan. That is disrespectful as shit.
Oh, here we go. Whoa. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by
that? No, to be honest, let me reply.
Because I'm a dickhead. That's why.
We won the game. But
listen, people, Rich. You have not disrespected me to the point that I just got called an Arsenal fan. Rich is now one of the best viewers on here compared to that. That comment of I'm giving you Arsenal vibes was disrespect.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, the Arsenal United show will be back soon, people. But yeah, you see that she's Spurs.
Arsenal's not in the anything.
No. The Arsenal show will be back. I need to chat to Cam hopefully Thursday. They're gonna talk from the Arsenal Man United podcast. Will be back. So big up Timo for another super chat. He says, I don't know, either United prefer Toney over Osimhen. That's just me. P.S. One of the bottom rows timed me out. It was Surf who timed you out. Big up Els, I'm out. P.S. Bottom row, that's so low from one of you. It was Surf.
Hey, hold that, man. Surf, do it again. Run it again.
Yeah. Nah, don't time him out. He dropping super chats. Nah. Don't time him out until if he drops a non-super chat comment, then you time him out. You know what I'm saying in that. If he drops a non-super chat comment because he's only dropping super chats because Ellen is here. Don't time him out.
I'm saving you from yourself, Timo. I'm saving you from yourself.
Nah, man, don't in it. This guy is better spend money here than cigarettes.
No. I'm talking about normal messages, man.
See. Oh, yeah. If he drops a non-super chat message, non-super chat comment, time him out.
Or a message asking me how to get home. I don't even know where he is.
You guys are fool. Before, we can time you out on 3 accounts. It's no big thing.
Yeah, this guy.
We'll find you.
We will find you. Big up my guy JG in the chat as well. Yeah, man, we won today, fam. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's like winning competitions.
I just want to propose a celebratory round of applause because everybody's teams won today. All right.
Ironically, that's how loud it gets at Southampton these days.
All right, you didn't play. Shut up, mate.
I see what atmosphere out there. You know? This what I'm saying. This I can't wait till we get the trouble this season.
Look. I'll be honest.
Shots on goal.
How we're doing
just get 3 wins. How about you just get 3 wins?
3 draws.
In a row.
For 3 wins right now.
I know you would. You've had 4 wins all season. Of course you'd settle for 3 wins.
Hey man, we went 3 in a row. This next show.
So Floors, you saying obvious.
Oh my God, there's over 80 of you lot locked in. We're 4 short of 60 likes. 60 likes, people. Girls up to 60 likes. Continue to get your questions in. Just keep it Manchester United, Chelsea, or Tottenham related. If you want to ask about Southampton, feel free, people. But it won't take priority. It won't take priority. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even got a name for the Southampton podcast yet. You know what I'm saying? That's what you need to do.
I'll think of something.
All right. When you think of something, let me know in it. You know what I'm saying?
Who's gonna go on it with him?
Just him and Jez in it. You know what I'm saying?
Whoever wants to.
They can do it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, fuck it.
Him and
I'm not sure about myself. I have to.
Yeah, do you?
Wait, what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
You're gonna do a Southampton podcast with Peter.
I mean, I'm down to it. Like the moment the moment Suleiman is.
I got a title for you. You could call it Seaside Struggles. That's what you could call it.
What about? No, what about getting the win against Southampton this season?
Hey, Jess, how about you shut up, man? You know what I mean? How about that?
Go get a win against Southampton.
Hey, Jess,
come collect your chin.
Jess can hold that.
Hey, Jez, you've got so many clubs, I don't even know how to insult you anymore. Do you know what I mean? I don't know which club to insult.
Hey, you know what? That's what I said. Like, this GTA San Andreas cheat codes and that. Like, you can't touch me.
Rich on Toney. I don't know if he'll get a ban for his gambling. Yeah, this is sarcasm. This is Sarcasm City TV in a nutshell for those that are new here. People are like, oh, is this one show's chaotic? No, they're all like this. You know what I'm saying? This is what the city is built on. It runs on chaos. You know what I'm saying? That's what this city runs on. Absolute anarchy, chaos, the purge, saw 3, 4, 5, and 6 all rolled into fucking one with absolute crazy people.
Bottom row carries as well.
You know what I'm saying?
You see, no top row member here. You see what happens.
No wonder you look like bottom row because your team's bottom of the table. It makes sense now.
Whoa. I wouldn't have to. Oh no! I wouldn't have to. Hey,
you look like bottom row, yo, because you got a bottom row because you're bottom of the league, yo. Yeah, you're winning. You moved from 20th to 19th. You know what I'm saying?
What is that? It's no bottom.
We're out of the relegation zone.
That's no bottom. What?
Yo, you better gonna have me looking at Southampton results on a regular. You know?
Yeah.
You know what? Hold up.
We are needle movers, sir. We are needle movers.
No, you're needle movers. How about you like move off the bottom of the table? How about that? How about we start there?
Brentford, you will see us.
What the hell,
this guy?
What is wrong with this guy?
Yo, oh my God.
Hey,
where is he? Is he on the tube?
He actually sent me his location. He's at Clapham Junction.
He's all right then. He's good.
He's fine.
Jesus.
What's he sending us over every station he's gone to or something? What is this?
He's trying to get the water.
He didn't try to make you the light skin face. He made a I don't know, man. I don't know.
Here's an idea. Why did you ask the people that work on the goddamn tube how to get to flipping Waterloo from
how to get home?
Junction? You know what I mean?
But hey, hello man. He's having his hot summer goes on the. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. I don't know.
Big up to the disabled. Yeah, go on, fam.
I don't want to. I need a Southampton name that's not miserable.
Yeah, but it's all miserable, man. That's all it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Struggling at the seaside. You know what I'm saying? By the time when the Saints go marching down, like, yo, it's all miserable. You know what I'm saying? And it's all a wrap. You know what I'm saying? Show's over, fam.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just let's see us in the final. That's all I gotta say.
Just get there. How about you, man? Get there.
Hey, you know what? We're the Showtime Saints podcast. That's what we are, man.
Yo, the what? What?
Showtime Saints podcast. That's
Showtime. When does let me know when the Showtime starts? Yeah.
Shut up, man.
No Showtime.
So 5 in Saints. That's good. Hey, actually, everybody in the chat.
No.
Ideas for the Southampton takeover.
I don't want to block Timo.
Seaside struggles, isn't it?
No, we're not blocked him.
No. Someone said Eleanor just block him as if he's bothering me. Like he's not bothering me.
Oh,
it's just Timo, isn't it? Like it's not like he's harassing me. It's just Timo.
Hey, Surviving Saints. That might be a good one. That might be a good title.
Yeah, Eleanor can like fend for herself in it.
Victor,
like,
we're gonna
take Timo. I back her over Timo.
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, like I'm fine.
Yeah, you're fine. You are the epitome of 5'2". Don't worry about it.
He is recording audios as we're talking. He is recording audios.
Surviving Saints. Wouldn't that sound like you finished supporting them and you were struggling or something like that?
They are struggling.
Surviving Saints, you know.
We are struggling.
Yeah, we know.
No,
we watch you like every week. We know the table don't lie, fam. Like, go look.
No, you have to hear this song that he's made for me.
He made you a song? Did he play an instrument with it?
Oh God, what is this?
She loves us how we say she ain't still single.
Doesn't even rhyme. Doesn't even rhyme. Doesn't even rhyme.
Oh no! Stop!
Oh my god!
No! Unbelievable!
It didn't even rhyme.
I'm just gonna do love hearts because that was the best.
No, don't do love hearts. Just do the thumbs up.
Is she
Don't do
encouraging
love
him?
hearts.
You must give him more content than I am right now.
Just do
she's
the-
encouraging
this
him.
guy, man, unbelievable.
Guys, like, was that like a what kind of beat was that on? Do we think?
That was no beat, fam.
You know,
That
he's
was
done one earlier as
Oh,
well.
it's
Wait,
you're a
wait. There's
rapper.
one earlier. This was at
You're a
11:49.
rapper, right? Like, you're
Yeah.
telling me like
That was no beat.
This is already clipped. It's on YouTube.
This is the second time he sung that song to me today.
Yeah.
Hey, you lot, get your questions in, people, please. I beg.
doesn't
You know what I'm
even
saying?
rhyme.
I beg.
Oh, I'm
Please.
out of context. Do your thing.
Yeah. Our context settings and that. Like,
It doesn't
yeah,
even
yeah.
rhyme though.
Just do your
You
thing.
can't even rhyme it.
You know what? That
nice
being,
song, I
you know
like
what?
it.
That being said, you know what? Ad break. Let me just run that. I don't even know
What
where
are
to
you
go.
tired
There. We're just gonna run the ad break. Yo, shout out to the official sponsor of Sarcasm City TV, the latest trends online
My face
designer
fuck off,
clothing
are
store.
you
I would
kidding?
never do that once. Yeah,
Dizzy Ross. No.
yeah, like I was saying anyway. Yeah, online designer clothing store, the latest trends. People, make sure you check it out. www.thelatesttrends.net. Online designer clothing at cheaper prices. You can see it there on your screen. Armani, Prada, Stone Island, Versace, Off-Whites, Palms Angels, plus more. Men's wear on there, females wear on there, kids wear on there, plus more. You can see the trainers on there. The stock is low. They will be restocking. So that's why you got to go get it, because it's designer clothing at cheaper prices. Link is underneath in the description. Go follow them on Instagram as well, The Latest Trends. But that's www.thelatesttrends.net, people. www.thelatesttrends.net. Make sure you check it out, people. Make sure. Go support, man. I say go browse. Go follow them on the Instagram. All of that good stuff as well, man, because they support the channel heavily. So if you fucks with Sarcasm City, make sure you go fucks with thelatesttrends.net. And yo, you lot, like check. We're at 62. Let's get it up to 70, because there's over 70 of you lot locked in already, people. So yeah, make sure you and hit the subscriber button if you are new as well. Continue to get your questions in. Just keep them United, Chelsea, or Spurs related. And if you want to ask about Southampton, that's cool. And Rich says here, I never managed to get Southampton fans on my channel for previews. You'll have to come on. There you go, Peter. I'm saying, shout out Rich Morts. There you go.
I won't be there.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Rich
water.
Morts.
At least drinking water. We'll take that.
Yeah. There you go. Know what I'm saying? And that.
Proud of him.
This is complete anarchy, man. Absolute, just
He's not even here and he's causing chaos. This is unbelievable. This guy's got the reach. I tell you.
It's
He's a needle mover.
Good lord, man.
It's all nuts.
That's what Southampton need.
Who's the best under 23 player in the league?
Dozy.
Probably Saka.
Haaland. No, it's Haaland.
Haaland. Yeah, it's Haaland. Wait, how old's
22,
Haaland?
right?
Yeah, so he's 21. I think he's 21.
22, I think.
Yeah, it's Haaland. Yeah. How did I forget Haaland? Yeah.
They want you to say Saka. That's what they're trying to get.
Yeah, it's Haaland. I thought of Saka, but like it's Haaland.
Samuel Adozi. What are we doing here?
Who?
Someone does don't disrespect us.
I sound who? I sound like Snoop. Who?
Hey, what? Hey, you know what? You know what it is? Yeah, can't wait to be play Man United.
Hey man, we're giving Dallo, we're giving Wambasaka, we're giving.
Dallo's gonna.
Yeah, we're giving him saying. How about you give Saint? How about he gives the Saints some points? How about that? Get you one off the foot of the table. How about that? You know what I'm saying? About giving. How about you might get some points? You know what I'm saying? How about you get yourself off the bottom of the table?
You guys want to talk about Adozi? Just wait. We're crashing all of you.
Yeah, cool. You said all this. We came up to we took your chain. When we pulled up to the seaside.
He's gonna go.
Are you gonna get there?
Yeah. Yes, we gonna
Are you sure?
get there.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. All right. We're gonna be there. I don't know about you lot.
What the hell is a Newcastle?
Exactly.
What the hell is Southampton?
Southampton is actually good team. I don't know. This Newcastle thing is only getting high because they got money. Fuck it.
Yeah, right.
Southampton is a good team. Why are you like struggling then? Why are you in the trenches?
Why are you bottom of the table?
Look. Sometimes in life, Nathan Jones is your manager, and it just makes things more difficult. Than
Bro, we hired somebody from Luton. Can you believe it?
I can't believe it.
Really, those fans.
Conte's
those
my
criminals,
manager. It's not exactly any better.
No, absolutely not. No.
Those criminals.
I'd rather have Nathan Jones. No,
those criminals get rid of Hassan just to get somebody from Luton.
You think I would subject Samuel Edozie to wingback terrorism? No,
bro.
Who?
It's Pete, man.
No.
Rich Sport says, Tony, will he get a ban for his gambling? I don't know what's going on with Ivan Toney and the whole gambling situation.
I think in February.
10-1 odds on that.
I think there's gonna something happen in February. Like he's gonna get like a verdict or some shit.
So when I talk about
you mean after he destroys Southampton in the league? Yeah, that'll be something.
Like when I talk about Ivan Toney, that's all. Like obviously, if he's banned, then United won't sign him. I don't want us to sign him, but I'm saying hypothetically, if he only gets banned from now to the end of the season, I would still go and sign him in the summer. You can probably get him at a cheaper price because he hasn't played for 5 months. So I would still go and get Ivan Toney. That's just me though. I don't think he costs a lot. I think he's 20. How old is he? Let me know in the chat.
26.
Yeah, he's 26. So he's at the right age as well.
Mid-20s.
And the profile fits as well. And he's one of those we need another striker. So I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? And to Yasin, who said United be a taxi driver team. Yeah, we did. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had Reading, so we played who we're not supposed to play them. Like, what can we? It's not our fault we drew them. People mad at us because we drew Reading. We didn't do the draw. Because if we did the draw, we would have played a weaker side. I'm saying, give us Southampton or some shit. Like, yo, that's who would have got.
Hey. All I'm saying is, Reading. Reading, that was just a small test. Like, you can even keep a clean sheet.
Yeah.
All I gotta say. So
you need to keep a clean sheet against Blackpool.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Look, we'll see one of your teams in round 5, sir, for not your team because your team sucks. And we'll
That's
see what
your
happens.
team.
No, it's not. I don't know them. I don't understand why you guys keep putting this narrative on me. It's not my club. Not right now.
No,
he went to a worse club.
He actually went to a worse club. He did. Ravi, he said flawless. Yeah, go on.
Work, man. That's fine.
Oh my god, it did. Hey, we're free show as well. Well, before you go, Jess, 4,965. That's the aim, people. We're looking for 3 new subscribers. There's just under 90 of you lot locked in. I know everybody locked in hasn't hit the subscribe button. Yo, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Get us to 5K. We're trying to get to 5K before the month's out. And we are closing in.
Yes. There's only 69 likes.
That's despicable. You know what I'm saying?
Disgusting.
Bump up the likes. Yes. Let's go. 80 likes.
My Saturday to get bullied for my passion for my club to only get 69
crazy.
Likes.
80 likes, people.
You can't support your club anymore. It's crazy.
It's crazy. Big up to you says flawless. Big up when you winding up Hassam next. One, I don't wind up Hassam. Hassam winds himself up. Secondly, Battle of the North will be Monday. It'll be on Monday at some time. But shout out to Hassam. Shout out to Daps, shout out to Matisse, the whole Battle of the North. Gang. Where else we at? Ruger says, flawless, do you think we will beat Barca? Yes. I've spoken on this in depth. No Eriksen or not. Yes, we'll beat Barcelona. Stylistically, I love how we match up against them. And I've been saying this for the longest. So yes, we knock out Barcelona over 2 legs. Yasin says, flawless, imagine United draw City in the 5th round. I'd be annoyed because it's the toughest possible draw we could get. But so bring him on. We've beat him before, we can beat him again.
After Southampton.
A question for Eleanor. Are you concerned that Conte might leave at the end of the season? Disabled team is clearly new here, so I'll let you respond to this.
Am I concerned?
Yeah.
No, I'm afraid for that day.
Let her go.
I mean, I'm sitting here manifesting that day. Should we manifest it together? Let's manifest it together. I need him to go at the end of the season. If we can get him to go before then, that would be even better. But let's get him gone first.
I think the question should be: are you more concerned that we'll sign a new contract?
Yes.
I actually am. I'm concerned he will stay.
This terrorist is going to leave us with Richarlison paid for 60 million. I can't believe this.
Facts.
60.
And Perisic, which is another one.
It's fair enough. To be honest, the Perisic one, he's been horse, but at least he gave me 11 assists or something like that.
Right. Let me just answer the first question. Would I?
Yeah. Go on.
Would I take Lukaku? Can anyone to do with Chelsea stay away from my club? I'm gonna just put that out there. Just stay away. I don't want any of you. Stay away. None of you. Leave
That'd
my
be the
club alone.
greatest. That'd be the greatest thing if he's like,
I
he's
mean,
there to the summer, and then he left like September the 5th, and Lukaku signed, and then just leaves him there.
bro, I'm deleting my support for the
No,
club.
yeah,
until
like
further notice,
I'm
for real.
deleting football from my
Nah,
life
but
at that point.
but
like,
what's it called though? Like,
you know, like delete club on
I
FIFA.
heard
Like,
what you're
Yeah.
saying. I heard what you're saying, but if you tell me Reece James available, fuck it. like it, I can't just say no, like to Reece James.
I get
understand
that,
where you're coming
but
from,
you know, my morals.
obviously it would never happen. But I'm just saying, like,
The morals
I
have
know,
kicked in
but
and
my
said, no more
morals are
Chelsea.
higher than that, man.
no more Chelsea. But then all of a sudden, like the next day, Reece James says, "I don't want to leave Chelsea for Tottenham." I'm like, no. But literally yesterday, you said your morals are like, nah, I can't do this. You never know. But now I heard though, like, this.
Hey, why am I?
Chelsea?
Why am I seeing Conte defense in the chat? Like, you
Oh,
guys,
They're
honestly.
criminals. They're criminals. He bought me
They're
with
all
Charles for
criminals.
60, bro. That's 2 centre backs.
And to Malcolm, who says, any of y'all watching the Royal Rumble? Lewis is
Yes,
doing a
sir.
stream
Yes.
currently right now. So what we're going to do is, obviously, when we end the stream, we ain't going to end it yet. We're going to raid. And then I know I think Surf is going over there. I'll be over there. I got my liquor ready anyway. So drinking games is going on over. So make sure you go subscribe to Lewis's
Tell
channel as
Lewis
well.
to send me the
Carefree Lewis G. The link is underneath in the description. Yeah, I'm in the chat, in the group chat. Yeah, because I've not even got it. But yeah, link underneath in the description for his channel. So make sure you go subscribe to Carefree Lewis G. It's going on over there. So we will, after this stream, we are going to raid it. We're going to keep going. I don't even know. I'm not even sure yet. I don't even know. I'm not sure. If Conte wins the FA Cup, is he a club legend, right? That's a good question. What are you saying, Eleanor? If he was, hypothetically, even though we don't think this is going to happen, if Conte was this season to win the FA Cup for Spurs, would he be a club legend?
No, this is
Yo, just
Right.
a question. Chris, good question, by
okay.
the way.
Context matters,
Yeah, of course. The floor is yours.
and you have to look at the season as a whole. You have to look at the season as.
Yeah.
He's trying to bait me. The floor is yours. Right. He's just.
I'm just
right, my
asking the
point
question
is-
that Chris asked. That's all. I'm not trying
No,
to.
I
bait
know,
you.
but like, you
I'm
want
just
me
asking
to
a question.
elaborate on the context. Right. Okay. Listen.
We're
He will
listening. We're
still
just waiting.
be overall. Okay, he'll win us a trophy, fine. But do I consider George Graham a legend? No, I do not.
One day Ramos.
So I don't consider One Day Ramos a legend.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
One of my worst performing managers behind
Yeah.
Jose Mourinho, and that's actually a fact. Before you not try to get at me, he actually was worse performing than One Day Ramos.
He was.
So, funnily enough, just because people win us a trophy, football did start pre-2008. They don't just automatically become club legends.
I have
There you go.
we did I forget what the stream title is, Flawless, but I think we did an Agenda FC talking, or we did some sort of stream where I was mentioning why domestic cups are overrated.
Yes, that's what it was called. Domestic cups don't do a lot. for elite clubs.
100%. I want
That's
to
what
be
it
on this stream. I want to be on this
We
stream.
Nah,
can
we did
redo
one,
it.
but we're doing another one.
Probably should
Well, we-
redo it, but like
Yeah, well, we do
basically, guys, you can dress up the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup in England for these teams that refer to themselves as like major clubs. In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't do a lot financially, and it doesn't do a lot in terms of global reputation. Like in the chat, no Google. You guys have 6 seconds. Tell me who won the Copa del Rey last season and what the score was in the final. You can't.
Yeah, facts.
I know what it was. I bet on it.
I think what's it? What Betis
I'm a
won?
brave person.
Probably one of Jez's clubs. He'll know.
Well, Betis beat Valencia. None of you knew that.
Oh, I
But
knew. I knew it was
Betis beat
Betis.
Valencia in the final. Manuel Pellegrini lifted the Copa del Rey.
It's one of
None of
your
you
clubs. That's why.
Right? Like,
It's
but
not
like
like
again,
that.
my point is, in these cup finals, right, for these elite level clubs, Liverpool Chelsea last year was exciting because it was Liverpool versus Chelsea, not because it was an FA Cup final, or not because it was the Carabao Cup. No one gives a shit. Hey, Eddie, fuck
No,
you later.
can I elaborate on that though?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I elaborate on?
Hey, Eddie, are you gonna win a trophy this season, Eddie?
Yeah, go on.
Tell me about it.
Yes,
Tell
we
me.
are.
Can I
Yes,
just elaborate?
yes. Before you,
want,
Eleanor, you can go. Yes, we are winning the trophy this season. Yes, I'm categorically saying that to you, Jess. Yes, we won more than all of your clubs combined this season. Yes.
Hey,
I'm
Napoli's
saying
gonna win the
all
league,
670.
then.
Yeah, we're gonna win more than one. That's one trophy. We're gonna win more than one. Yes.
Hey, I'd rather have
Yes.
the Serie A
Can I
over.
get-
Yeah. Serie A for great. Yeah.
I
Please
would
can I
have-
reply
that
and then
shit.
you lot can do
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
But
before
yes,
the
go on.
conversation ends.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's just being a
right.
prick.
What I feel like, what I want to add to what Peter was saying was a domestic trophy. Right. I'm gonna give it might be a poor example today, but look at it as in hindsight, not without hindsight. Okay, when Arsenal won that FA Cup under Arteta, it did nothing for them in the grand scheme of things. They were still worse than us. They were still finishing outside of the Champions League spots, and to be honest, in their league position, it did fuck all for them. So for me, what did it do? Add a trophy in your cabinet, fine, but unless it's gonna push you on to go win more things, these trophies are pointless. Let's be real, they are. They're pointless in the grand scheme of things. So for me, it's like, unless you're going to be a City or a team where you're going to win the League Cup and then push on to win the league, or you're going to win the FA Cup and you've got these players now that are very good players that have now won something to then push on and win more things. It's people look at it as if, oh, Tottenham just need a trophy. Do you know what Tottenham need? Tottenham need a plan to be sustainable winners. And I'm not saying that's what we achieved. That's what we tried to achieve under Poch. We didn't want to just win once. We wanted to be sustainable winners, okay? Regardless if it worked or not, okay? So for these big clubs, per se, if you're not going to say Tottenham are not a big club, right, it's still not enough for me to consider a manager fluking his way to a trophy and then being a legend, because at the end of the day, that's done nothing in the grand scheme of things to the size of my club, right? You looking at like, community shields don't matter, whatever. Okay, at the end of the day, we have 26 honours on our name. Let's not talk about Tottenham like we do not have honours, okay? 17 if you don't consider them, okay? 17 honours. Let's stop talking like Tottenham have nothing. This is what's annoying when I get comments like this one, like Chris, they'd have a parade for a community shield at this stage. Stop talking like we are not Tottenham. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, you talk like we are a lot smaller than we are, and it's very annoying because I have people telling me like, oh, don't you just want to win? Yeah, I want to win a trophy for the fun of winning a trophy. But when I'm talking about actual club size and what it's going to do for my club, one FA Cup's not going to do that much for my club. So no, Conte would not instantly be a legend just because he's won an FA Cup. No, he wouldn't. Like I said, George Graham wasn't a legend. Again, if you're going to bring up Martin Jol was different because he brought up a team into the he was the top. He was the start of the European football flight. Okay. So yeah, and no, it's 17 major honours, by the way, because you just wrote 16.
Yes.
And it's not major, it's actually the same major honours you consider your team winning is what I'm talking about. So unless you're going to stop considering those major honours for you, don't say they're not major honours for Tottenham.
Most important thing for the Spurs squad of winning was the time when they had Pochettino, because the Spurs team was good.
Exactly.
If you'd won in that time because you were winning stuff, it would have bred a winning mentality. That's the thing where I do agree. It matters. A cup win matters if you're going on to win something.
I agree. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Jose Mourinho credited both spells at Chelsea when he came back. Winning that League Cup was important for getting the team into that winning mood right there. Now they went on to win league titles.
If you don't have the squad, what's the point?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that was the most important time. They should have won something under Poch. That team should have won something under Poch.
Yeah, I agree.
And maybe that's. I don't know. I don't know what it is. And it was obviously sport. I don't know whether Poch took the cup seriously or not, or anything like that during that time, or whether they got to a semi-final.
Semi-finals and lost.
I think it's a bit of both.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's a bit of both.
They weren't playing
they would have built
all the time, but they got to consecutive Wembley semi-finals in the FA Cup and lost.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
do you know why? Because we came against you lot, your former club and your current club, and we never play well against your club. So
but that was the best time in recent history that they should have won something. It's probably one of the best teams not to win anything. So
if you're looking at like actual, if you're being at it about seriously, I genuinely, that's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, it's not going to do much for us. It's not going to do much for us if we're going to be awful after. At the end of the day, Poch had he did things wrong, 100%. He didn't take the cup seriously, but there was also squad size, which we didn't have. And also, like, the teams we come against, like, we just had, it was very poor luck in terms of everything. And I do think Poch made mistakes. I've never said he didn't. But he also got me competing on all fronts, which is why I love him way more than I love any other manager in recent years. And like I said, there are managers that have won us FA Cups and they're not considered at all legends. They're hated. Martin Jol and George Graham are just two. to name. And would I prefer Conte to Jose? Yes. Jose or Conte all day, because Jose is another level of see you next Tuesday compared to another level.
I must say though, I ain't giving up this season. I do say though, I would give up definitely top 4 this season for FA Cup though. I said
I don't think it does much for us, so I disagree.
No, I heard what you're saying, but for
you know what it does for us in the long term, Jez? It keeps Conte here. How is that helpful?
Hey, Conte.
Even if you get but in the other way, I think getting top 4 would keep him here also. So
no, I think if you look at, I don't think so. I think looking at overall,
I think there's more attractiveness to him for him staying if he were to get the top 4, because really truly the target.
I mean, fair enough. I get your point.
For me,
at this point, I would rather not finish in Europe. I want to see the next season without any European football.
But that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, for me, grab me the trophy and then fuck it. We just go on what's seen next season. Because, like, really and truly, I don't know what's gonna happen next season. We could go worse.
Right. Let me ask.
Steady. So
yeah, ask these lot a question though.
I just want the trophy.
But do you not suddenly take Tottenham seriously if we win an FA Cup this season?
No,
the way we're playing.
Question for the chat.
No,
do you know what I'm trying to say though? Does the football world
I
shut
agree,
up?
and I agree with that. But
I think it's just getting it's for you lot, obviously getting the monkey off your back, so to speak, in terms of winning the trophy. Because a club your size that invests as much as it does shouldn't be going this length of time without a trophy, which your last trophy.
Do you lot as rivals suddenly take Tottenham seriously? Because
it's got to be much more than that.
Like Leicester's FA Cup, to be honest.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it could. What I look at it is it could start something. It has the potential to do something.
No, it has the potential in what? Because we don't have the team right now.
I mean, that's
so. Let's say hypothetically though, you do win the FA Cup this season and Conte leaves, and then you get a manager in and your squad improves, and then you go and then win the Carabao Cup the season after. That's 2 good seasons back to back. That's potential. Mm-hmm. That's a platform to potentially build from. I'd be like, all right, Spurs are kind of on the roll.
I don't see us investing enough to win back-to-back trophies.
I mean, to be honest,
I think you do.
To be honest,
Carabao Cup and FA Cup, I think you do. Your squad is not that far. Your manager's horrendous, but your squad with a favorable draw is not far off. Your manager's
I get that.
Obviously, lack of draws all that as well, which you got to consider. But Nottingham Forest made it to a semi-final. Like, if these guys knocked us out literally in the first round, and let's be honest, Nottingham Forest are not better than us. Like, that's right there.
B team as well, man.
Do I want Nottingham Forest's team over our team?
Eleanor, we've seen Nottingham Forest and Southampton make it to semi-finals of Carabao Cups this season. 20th and 13th.
Chris, can I just give Chris a little stat here? Chris,
Chris, give you your flowers though. He give you your flowers in this comment.
Under Jose, what's funny is that under Jose, Kane actually said under Jose, what's going to keep him here is getting top 4. So, funnily enough, winning a League Cup or an FA Cup, maybe a bit more, but winning a League Cup or an FA Cup is not going to keep Kane here. What's going to keep Kane here is playing top flight football. I 100% guarantee he sees that more important than an FA Cup medal. I 100% guarantee that, because it's not a Premier League.
I don't see why people who don't support Tottenham are so. I mean, I get why, and it's kind of a longer conversation, and it boils down to you guys haven't seen real success in your lifetime supporting your club, so you think domestic cups are more important than they are. Like, I promise you, Surfer doesn't give a fuck that Chelsea won the 2018 FA Cup. I know he doesn't.
I don't know.
We talked about it. No one cares that we won that shit. We all wanted that fake hair wig having bastard to leave. Like, get out of here. Cool.
Facts.
Like, fuck that.
Talk your shit.
No one cares that Chelsea won the FA Cup in 2012. Nobody cared. Chelsea fans on the day were like, yeah, that's cool. Then it was like, oh shit, we have one fit center back and we're playing a Champions League final in 2.5 weeks. What the hell do we do? That was all of the dialogue.
Like, see, this whole thing of, if that's the mentality, Kane should stay at Spurs, that is bullshit, because an FA Cup does not change the situation at Spurs. If anything, it keeps the situation the same.
It doesn't do what people think it's going to do. That's what I would say.
People are laughing.
Exactly.
People laugh at Chelsea for losing all these domestic cup finals. Guys, you know what Chelsea went and did? They won the European Cup. I don't think any of our fans are actually losing sleep that we lost to Arsenal in the FA Cup in 2020.
Yeah.
Not that big.
Do you know the only people talking about that Arsenal fans?
Well, the only people talking that
Because
way
they don't know European
have
credibility.
not seen their
Facts.
club win real shit that like really moves the needle in such a long time. You delude yourselves into thinking FA Cups matter. None of you can tell me who won the Copa del Rey in 2013. None of you know.
Couldn't care
I
less.
know.
Wasn't it
One of
Madrid?
Jersey's
Or was it
countries.
season after?
It was Atletico Madrid. None of you can tell me.
I'll flip to you.
Yeah,
These
none
clubs
of you can
and all
tell
that,
me
yeah.
who won the Copa del Rey in two. It doesn't matter.
I'm just a man of
10,
football.
50
It doesn't matter. It doesn't.
generations on from this time, domestic cups, and I'm not talking about FA Cups back in the 70s. Of course, it was a big thing, but with the Premier League becoming what it is now, with Champions League football becoming what it is now in terms of the financial impact and just the clout.
Chris Ryan, yes, it is more important. Yes.
We don't care.
Go on,
Like collectively as like elite level clubs, like we don't care about these small time things. We don't care. We don't care that much. They're cool. Like it was losing the cup finals to Liverpool was annoying because we lost to Liverpool, and it was annoying because our own players just fell apart in front of goal. I'm not that mad that we didn't have a Carabao Cup last year. I'm upset I had to sit on a stream for 3 hours and watch us lose that by the end. Like I was like, damn, I could have just enjoyed my day. FA Cup final, the stream is still up. You could watch the whole stream back. I promise you, I don't get up laying off my couch. My heart does not race. None of that. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter. Like guys,
in my opinion, it depends on the medal. You can't sit here and say Harry Kane thinks top four is more important than medal. If it's an FA Cup or a League Cup, in the long run, yes, he wants to play top flight European football. Yes, and I think every elite club would say the same. I think when you're looking at Arsenal when they were winning these little shitty FA Cups and then they couldn't get in the top four, they wanted to get in the top four.
No, I hear what you're saying.
But
before you continue, Peter, just one sec. Yo, again, like check. There's over 100 of you lot in here, 111 to be precise. Let's get the likes up to 100 likes. We're at 84. So there's over 100 of you lot locked in. Hit the like button, get up to 100 likes. Where else you getting Saturday night content like this? 100 likes. And again, I know over 100 of you lot are in here. Not everybody has hit that subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button. We're 4 short of 4,970 people. We're looking to be 30 we're looking to be 30 subscribers or less away from 5K by the end of the stream, people. So let's do this, people. Let's get 4 more subscribers. Just 4 more people. Subscribe and check. Let's go.
If you guys want to hold on.
You look back on Rooney's career and think, wow, that time he won the League Cup. Whew.
Like, if you guys want to hold on.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Go ahead.
Don't lie. Don't ask me stupid questions you can't ask yourself.
Surfer, do you have any vivid memories of the 2007 FA Cup final?
Oh, it's one of the worst matches I've ever seen. It was just
it was like 2018.
The first match at Wembley. It's just beating United. That was all.
I remember the trophy being lifted and thinking,
"You're such a liar, Chris. You're such a liar."
The only thing I remember about 2007 with winning both cups is thinking we could have won a quad, and I'm angry that we did it.
Like, that was the thing
exactly.
For us,
You're not sitting here like, damn.
Like no one said Chelsea, amazing 2007 domestic cup double. We were in for a quad. What happened at Anfield happened at Anfield. We fell apart in the league. I'm upset about it to this day, right? These little cups as consolation don't really mean shit. Again, that's a club that were back-to-back Premier League winners, consistently going far in the Champions League. You have bigger.
I want to do this stream about domestic cups. I think we need to do this stream.
We should do it. I know, but one thing I do want to say is though, I can't lie. If you give me 2 options, get in the FA Cup and then obviously be in the Europa League or get in top 4. I'm taking the FA Cup and the Europa League. I can't lie.
What it is
for me, I realistically think because for me, realistically,
to what I'm saying. You're thinking.
No. I'm just saying from my perspective. I'm just feel like because realistically, I believe. Let's say we do end up Europa League anyways. I think we can win the trophy. I think we don't have that bad of a team. Where I don't believe we
Europa League is a top flight. Europa League is a European trophy. I will take that European trophy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is the thing, because like that's why I'm really annoyed in the season that we lost to Zagreb, because I genuinely actually believe we could win that competition that year. Because I didn't felt like there were many teams in that season that I felt like
You lost
were
to
much
Zagreb.
better
Do you
than
know
us.
who our manager was?
Yeah, I know who the manager was. And I know what happened that season. But I'm saying in terms of the context of beginning,
FYI.
just beginning
Disrespect came back my manager.
at the beginning of the season. At the beginning of the season, my expectation was to actually go far into the Europa League. And to be honest, we should have. To be honest, should have. But then obviously things happened. Then obviously Zagreb
I do want to reply
but
though to you.
that season though, I can't lie. That it still haunts me that we couldn't go
you're
and
totally missing the point of what I'm saying though. Everyone thinks I'm sitting here saying I wouldn't be happy with it. That is not what I am saying.
Surfer, love, yeah, every time.
Man.
I'll catch you over there, yeah?
Stream as well.
Hey, there's already 9 on there, bro. You might not get on.
If there's not, it's calm, man. I'm still going to tune in. I'll be in the comments. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm still going to raid at the end of the streams anyway. And if he's got 9 on there, it's cool. Tell Lewis I said big up.
As long as we need, because I'm a real man of the people.
Every time. Yeah. Surfer, love every time, yeah? My brother.
By the way,
Yeah,
I'm hopping off as well. Like, but
just
everybody in the chat before I'm leaving, subscribe, like, make sure because I know there's some people that didn't like. I know some people didn't subscribe.
Facts.
And what's coming up tomorrow, Flawless? Or today, pretty much.
Brighton, Liverpool. That watch along on the Twitch, and then the Sarcasm City, obviously the Q&A Sunday.
Yeah, so make sure tune in.
Yeah.
But I do want to reply to you, Jez, but you're leaving now.
I mean, I can rewatch it back anyway. Well, I'm gonna have it on.
I'm gonna say it anyway.
I will be doing it anyway.
You're not allowed the Spurs on Spurs violence, man. You know what I'm saying? And that
no, it's not Spurs on Spurs violence. I want to agree, but I
joking.
also want to say he's missing my point.
Yeah, go on. Yeah, we're gonna give you ample time to Jez will listen back. Go on, get off your chest.
I will listen back. Anyways, guys, big up, man.
Yeah, love Jez every time, my brother.
Yeah, my point is, I'm not saying I wouldn't be happy with a trophy. There's a very big difference between being happy and knowing what it does for my club. Very big difference. Having one more FA Cup does not do much for my club sides when everyone says, oh, all of a sudden Tottenham are going to be taken seriously. That's not true. I would be happy to win a trophy. Of course I would, because I haven't seen one since 2008. But that doesn't mean all of a sudden we're a massive club because we won an FA Cup. If we were a small club to you because we hadn't been winning trophies, winning one FA Cup doesn't change that. For me, winning a Premier League and being consistent top flight like winners is going to be more like
winning the Champions League
more. No, exactly. Unless you're going to be a consistent winner, what's the point in winning once? Leicester, for me, I'm again. Adam, you literally just ignored what I said, which is very annoying. Like, I literally just said I'd be happy with it, but does it change the size of my club? No, it does
That's fair. You'd be happy with it, but it don't change the overall trajectory and don't change your club.
But this
That's
is what
fair.
I'm saying. Everyone sits here and talks about an FA Cup as if, oh, Tottenham, you don't win anything. Okay, we win an FA Cup. Are we now a massive club to you? Because for me, sorry, Leicester won a Premier League and an FA Cup, and I still see them as Leicester. Like, and you can say you don't, but we all know you do.
Yeah,
we all know
that's
you
a
ain't
fact.
sitting there thinking Leicester are a big fucking club because they're not.
You're not lying. It's you have to be consistently successful at the highest level to get out of that. You're now a big club.
And there's many factors that make you a top 6 club, and I'm not saying we are top. In my opinion, there are many factors. There are what your history, because football's built on history. People talk about like you can't talk about trophies from your past. Well, why you talk about anything from the past then? Because football's built on history. Okay, firstly. Secondly, clubs are like fan base, how much fans you have, and the money you bring in. Tottenham are in that big 6 when you look at all those factors. So let's stop talking about Tottenham like we're a small club. Yes, we win an FA Cup. It adds another trophy in the cabinet. Fine, but what's the point in me winning an FA Cup to be shit the next season again? For me, that's pointless. That's actually pointless. I would have rathered, as Surfer says, he's gone now, but as Surfer said, I would have rathered win the FA Cup when we were at the
peak of your powers,
at the top flight. When we had Poch and it was that time, when we were on the brink of winning
in 2018, like you should have, because like I understand Tottenham losing the semifinal to Chelsea that season. I get it. We just kind of had better players than you did, and like we were top of the league on that crazy run. Matic scored.
Oh my god!
Nowhere, right?
Do you know how much I hate you lot for that?
Hey, hold that. It is what it is. But like,
that
if you
crazy run really annoys me. I go to sleep nightmares of that crazy run.
like, look, like Tottenham strung a bunch of wins together just to finish second, whatever. But like, I understand them losing that semifinal. That's not my critique of that team. In the 2018 semifinal, they were 1-0 up against an out-of-form Manchester United and playing well.
Yes.
And then you lose that game in 90 minutes. And I don't understand how Tottenham just fucking threw the game. I don't get it. I'm sorry.
It was actually so depressing. I don't think it understands.
A great day. It was a great semifinal.
I understand how good that Tottenham team was, but the reason I'm not going to sit here and ever say that team was never going to win anything is because they were in enough situations. Like, I will give them a bly for the European Cup final in 2019 because let's be honest, none of us thought they were going to win.
No, it was just almost. We barely got through the group. If you remember, how
it was all like faith, right? But like the 2018 FA Cup semifinal, I'm sorry, I'm never going to give Pochettino and that team a pass for that on that day. So
yeah,
it's
but
like
what your point is more valid than sitting here saying we just need a cup. What you're saying is, if we won that,
we just need a cup. You need more than a cup. You need a sustainable team that can challenge.
And we had that at one point.
And then eventually you will get back to a point where you can then go grab these cups to try and build.
Yeah.
People in the comments are trying to build a roof over a home with no foundation set for the home. You guys just think
that's a fire analogy.
If you think you're going to put a roof over the floor and have everything be cool, but your plumbing doesn't work and your electricity is fucked, you can't live in that house. Like, let's just say, for example, right? Tottenham win the FA Cup this year. Antonio Conte doubles his domestic cup total from 1 to fucking 2, right? He wins an FA Cup somehow. Congratulations. Your goalkeeper's 38. Your backup goalkeeper is Fraser Forster. Your center backs are hilarious. Harry Kane might leave. You have 4 right backs that are not very good outside of Pedro Porro, who I don't know if is officially signed yet, but fair enough. Your left back, your best left back is like 35. Like, are you going to take that team and then go challenge for more high-profile teams next season? No, you're not. If anything, fans will delude themselves into thinking that team is good enough. The team won't be overhauled like it probably should be, and then you're just delaying a rebuild a year longer than you should. But people are so, they need a trophy. We're going to take them serious. No, guys, you're not. You're not going to take them serious over an FA Cup. You are not. Like, I still get Callum McManaman jokes off for any random PMP winger in the Premier League. If any of you don't know who Callum McManaman was, he was the winger who played wingback when Wigan beat City in the FA Cup. None of you know that because it doesn't fucking matter.
I did not know that.
Years ago. Yes, he's an FA Cup winner. None of you know that because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, right? Like, none of you can tell me what Wigan were up to in the Europa League the next season because you didn't watch.
No, I didn't. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't watch it. I didn't watch.
This is my point. People talk about to be a big club, you've got. I'm not saying you don't have to add to your trophies, but like Peter literally just said, there's no foundations, so it's literally just like a small team winning an FA Cup.
It's literally just
the way you talk about Tottenham to be a big club is you use the same analogy you would use a little club winning an FA Cup. I don't see my club. Just the club to win an FA Cup, then go and be shit the next season. It's not going to do nothing for my club. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So for me, I look at Tottenham as a big club, so I like to treat us as a big club. If we're going to win an FA Cup, I want it to be for a reason to go build. Like Peter's just said, it's just going to dilute the fans and the board that we don't need to overhaul that team, and we'll just be in a worse position the next year. Like I said, Arsenal now being top of the league was something we could never see then, but winning that FA Cup gave Arteta credit in the bank when he was in the relegation zone. Because at the end of the day, he was awful the seasons after. He won an FA Cup and then shit the seasons after. It did nothing for them. If anything, I wouldn't want to swap. I didn't want to swap positions with Arsenal winning an FA Cup, finishing 5th, 6th, whatever, while we were finishing top 4. I didn't. I thought it was hilarious them getting beat by Brighton every year. Like, it was very funny. I was sitting there walking around North London in my Tottenham shirt, happy. I didn't care that you won an FA Cup because I knew
she was in the ends around.
I just don't. I don't know why people don't get that part either. You need to build a team to a certain caliber to where they can compete for these things consistently, right? Like Swansea City, another example. Bet some of you in the comments didn't know they're the 2013 Carabao Cup winners. Bet you didn't know.
Yeah, I forgot about
didn't
that.
know.
I forgot.
Bet you didn't know they lost
forgot.
to Napoli in the round of 32 in the Europa League the next season under Michael Laudrup.
I
Bet
did
we
not
didn't
know that.
know that. Right?
Ruger, go back a little bit. I did define what I think a big club is.
Like
I
it
actually went
doesn't.
through
This is my point. Like these one-off events, because guys, make no
Yeah.
mistake. If Tottenham did win an FA Cup, I'm sure you can get very good odds on this right now. But like, it's not going to happen. But if you want to throw away your money, go ahead. Gamble responsibly, though, people. But like, if
Yes.
Tottenham did win an FA Cup, they're not going to be amongst the 3 or 4 favorites to win it again next season when the third round draw is being made. Like, you're probably going to have a new manager, right? You might not have your striker. We've kind of already gone
Yep.
over it. Like, it doesn't. They're in this situation where you need to put down a new foundation. You need to put down a new foundation and actually start building something. Like, because
exactly.
Tottenham tried this quick fix bullshit with Mourinho. Didn't work.
Yep.
Lost to a manager who was in prison.
The quick fix does nothing for you.
You're brought in Conte. It's not really working, no matter what these alpha males on Twitter.com who like Conte's weird passion celebrations try to tell me. It's not working. I have eyes. Like, this isn't happening. Like, you can't pump your fists and convince me that you're playing good. I can see the results. Like, it's socially acceptable Mourinho ball. That's all it is.
Socially acceptable.
It's
That's
the same
cold. Socially acceptable.
It's actually
Mourinho
true.
ball.
It's
It is new age Mourinho ball.
actually
He is new.
that.
That's literally it. So, like, when people are like, oh, Conte is going to do... No. Then these people... Like, the funny thing is, Conte's record for domestic cups is horrible. He won one in 2018, one of the worst cup finals that's ever happened, by the way. If you want to go and find highlights, you can't find a highlight comp longer than 4 minutes because nothing fucking happened. Right? It was
That was
absolutely...
against Suslot, isn't it?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
You
Phil
don't even
Jones.
hardly remember. Flawless, who played center back for you that day? You don't even know.
Phil
I-
Jones and somebody else. Was it
Phil Jones
as
is
a-
solid, but yes.
Oh my God.
You want to know who played up front for us?
Go on, who?
Hazard and Giroud. That's it. 3-5-2. Terrorism. This guy's a terrorist.
Yeah, it was an awful final.
But yeah, like my point is,
But-
Yeah, big up Victor as well. Big up.
this
Go on,
guy
carry on.
winning under these circumstances, it's not going to signify what people in the comments are claiming it's going to signify. I am not saying it's not going to be a nice day out for them and they're not going to feel happy. When I say it doesn't matter, I'm talking about
I agree.
moving the needle in the grand scheme of football.
Yeah,
It
that's
doesn't
exactly what I.
fucking
Yeah,
matter.
that's the way I look at it.
It doesn't matter. It just doesn't care. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, Tottenham are a better club now because they won an FA Cup. I don't care.
Yeah,
I wasn't
exactly.
like, I'll be honest, guys. When Chelsea lost to Leicester, was I upset? A little bit. But I said in all my group chats, I said it on the timeline, the tweets are still there. Fair or unfair, this season is going to be judged on what happens in May 29th in Porto. For better or for worse. We could lose all
Absolutely.
these games.
I want to reply to Ed.
Go and
Yeah,
beat
yeah,
City.
yeah. Let him go and then you can let Peter go and then
Okay.
I'm gonna say something quick and then the floor is yours and I'm only gonna say something quick. Go on.
But
go on,
like
Peter.
you could lose all the games in the run up to a Champions League final, win the Champions League final. That's all people are going to remember. I promise you, we're just going to remember. And there's the full time whistle, and then just Aguero crying. It was great, man. Like
Scenes.
no one cares that we lost to Villa 1-0 a week before and almost didn't make top 4 if Gareth Bale didn't bang a hat trick against Leicester. No one cares. It doesn't matter.
Facts.
It doesn't matter. No one cares. We lost 1-0 at home to Arsenal. No one cares. Like, yeah, we lost the FA Cup. It's not a big deal.
It's really not.
When you're
And
when
you-
you're talking
go.
about elite level shit and like these big clubs, what are you doing in Europe? How are you stacking up in your league? The little cups, all that little shit, cool. But like,
Yeah.
it's not that deep. Just
No,
isn't.
it's not. But you lot, yo, we're at 93 likes. Like check 1212. 7 more likes. Get us up to 100 likes, people on the stream, which would be absolutely sick. We're also free short of the next subscriber mark. We're at 4,967. We need 3 new subscribers. There's over just under 90 of you lot locked in. I know everybody here has not hit that subscribe button. If you're enjoying the content, we go live every day, twice a day. Most of the days, 90% of the days, people, we go live twice a day where you get great sporting content. Hit what's it called? Hit the subscriber button, people. Hit the notification bell. We're free short of 4,970. We want to end the stream being 30 or less away from 5K. It's road to 5K here on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube, people. So make sure you hit the subscriber button, hit the like button as well. Continue to get your questions in. Just keep it Manchester United, Chelsea, or Spurs related. Go on, Eleanor. You wanted to respond to someone in the chat. The floor is yours.
Yeah, I wanted to say, firstly, we haven't changed what being a big club is. You are pretty much changing that. I think calling these domestic trophies, these massive things, is what's changing being a big club. For me, challenging once for an FA Cup is not making you a big club. What's making you a big club is consistently challenging for the high trophies. I am not saying challenging for top 4 makes you a big club, but it definitely made us a solidified, I wouldn't say like European giant, but I would say European club. And to become a solidified European club for 5 years was a big thing for Tottenham because we wasn't before. So you have to look at the clubs you're talking about as well and take that into context. Different things are different kinds of success for different clubs. I'm saying, to become a... Yeah.
How many times did you play UCL football before Pochettino?
Once,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah, he solidified them as a European club. And I've spoken on that as a Manchester United fan, that I want to get United back to there because we are now no longer a European club. I've spoken on the importance of being in the latter stages of the Champions League. We haven't had back-to-back seasons in the knockouts of the Champions League, I think, since Fergie retired.
You guys
That's
have won
terrible.
Champions League knockout round.
Exactly.
Left.
That's awful. My entire life, I'm used to Manchester United getting out of the group stages, getting through the first, and we're around the 16s, like consistently.
Like 2 Champions League knockout round ties.
Winning,
yeah.
Doesn't challenging for me, challenging for a title on a consistent basis, like being a challenger for a title now, at that point, if you're challenging for the title, you can obviously go for domestic trophies at that point, right?
Absolutely.
But being 7th, 8th, 9th, and getting one FA Cup is not doing anything for anyone's club unless you're talking about the Southampton.
She's smitten. That's a joke. That's a nice joke.
West
Hold that.
The Evertons. At the end of the day, Tottenham are a bigger club than them. So let's stop lying to ourselves and just doing it for banter, because people lie a lot. When you're talking about Tottenham, the reason why you banter us so hard is because we're a bigger club and we don't show it on the pitch, right? So what I'm trying to say is I would much rather be a consistent challenger, winning those cups along the way, than winning one cup now and being shit the next season, right? I'm not changing the definition of being a big club. A big club means you have, like I said, honours, history, fan base, money, and consistency. That's what being a big club is. Consistency in all competitions, not just winning one League Cup. You lot are making that sound like it's that's a big club winning one FA Cup. You are changing the definition of a big club, not me. You lot are making it sound like that's what a big club is. So, and that's not what a big club is doing things at the highest level, then at a low level, winning something. And to be honest, that is me pretty much quoting Bill Nick, where he said, I'd much rather fail aiming high than succeed aiming low. And we at Tottenham, this is literally a Bill Nick quote, we at Tottenham set our sights so high that even failure has an echo of glory. Now, you have to realize what that means. That means that you are challenging for the highest height of the honours. That's what I want to be as a club. I want to be a big club that is challenging for the highest honours along the way, winning those trophies. Because to be honest, if you're challenging, you can win them, right? Let's be real. If you're challenging and you're finishing,
100%. If you're competing for Champions Leagues and Premier Leagues, automatically you can win those trophies.
I'm not saying scraping your way to 4th is more success than winning an FA Cup, but I'm saying consistently becoming 4th is more than winning one FA Cup and finishing 7th, 8th, 9th. I don't think winning one FA Cup and then finishing 4th once and then being shit is success. Not gonna lie. That's
the only trophy that you can win one time to massively change your perception is the European Cup. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Because you suddenly see Leicester as a big club.
I don't even think Tottenham, if they would have won the league in 2016, would be seen as this elite level behemoth.
It depends on what you go on to do after that.
Let's just imagine they won the league and did nothing else after, or even if you lost the European Cup in 2019.
You're going to just be a Leicester again. I'm sorry, I still laugh at Leicester.
Yeah, so like I don't know why people want to put the domestic cups in England up there with the European stuff and the league title in terms of importance. I mean, I know why. I know why. But like when you've seen your club win all the things, when you've seen your club wear champions of the world patch, like
All right. I didn't know
Been there.
Southampton did that.
See, my club did that.
like you don't give a fuck about like Carabao Cup, and you don't like the only reason
No, I
Flawless
get that.
cares, guys. The only reason Flawless cares so much is because they haven't won shit for so long.
Yeah, and I've spoken about this in depth. I fully understand where my club is at. So when people are like, oh, why are you gassed about a Carabao Cup? Because we haven't eaten in 6 years, people. We are
Yeah,
starving.
but you're also in
You know
a
what I'm
no,
saying?
but it's different now. You're in a position to continue challenging with your manager and everything.
Facts.
Winning a League Cup under Ollie and then going back to being awful would have done nothing for United.
Oh, yeah, winning that Europa League final is the best thing that happened to this club in
Ed,
a
you're
long
asking in
time.
the chat, do I see Porto as a big
Yeah.
club? 100%.
Yeah.
Any
Or a
club
big
that
club.
has multiple European cups to me is a big club. I'm sorry.
Yes. If you have multiple,
Hold that,
yes.
Arsenal.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If you have
Yeah,
more
yeah.
than one, if you have more than one
Hold
European, like I'm not talking European trophy. If you have more than one of the European Cup,
Cup.
Champions League, whatever you want to call it, yeah, you're a big club because there are no clubs besides Chelsea. I want to say that because I've done all this research because I had
Yeah,
this
we've
debate.
had this conversation. Yeah, I remember
Yeah, I've
having
had
this
this
conversation.
many times, so I'm the
Yeah.
wrong person to try with this shit. I don't think there's any clubs in Europe besides Chelsea Football Club, ironically enough, that have more than one European Cup, and I'm talking European Cup, and have less than 10 league titles.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Porto are a big club. You might
Porto were
not,
definitely. They might not
the
be a
richest.
successful club. Yeah, they might not be a powerhouse
They're not
now,
the richest,
but
but
they're
yeah,
a big club. Porto are a big club.
Sorry.
Absolutely, goddamn, Porto are a
100%.
big club. Yes,
Benfica as
feel
well.
like-
yes.
I feel like people don't understand what we're saying here. I'm saying that I back my club to be a big club. I don't back my club to be a small club for me to be gassed for the rest of my life to be happy with one FA Cup. No. The whole point of that whole run under Poch, the reason why he gets so much stick is because he didn't win anything, because it could have caused a ripple effect.
Yeah,
At this
it could
point,
have been a catalyst for you lot to have success. at that
winning
point.
now
Yes.
is not going to cause a ripple effect. Winning now is just going to prolong the disaster. At the end of the day, it is. If
That's a
you
great
lot
way of
won a
putting it.
Europa League under Ollie, do
Oh,
you
he'd
think
still
he
be here
still had
now?
Ollie now?
Yeah, he'd probably still be here now. Ah, yeah.
I mean, a Europa I would take because I do see it as a European Cup, but in
Yeah,
general,
Europa is, but yeah, he would still be here
as
now.
a United fan, I'm pretty sure you don't want to have that manager still.
Nah, like if I could reverse that, I wouldn't know. You know what I'm
And
saying?
like now, if you lot was to win an FA Cup now, it's different because you've got a manager that you trust, a manager
Yes.
that's got United, even though you finished higher, like under Ollie and stuff, finished higher, still didn't look like it was a big, like, it was going to be a
success.
a proper thing, like a success in terms of
Yeah.
a constant success. Whereas under
Yeah.
Ten Hag, I see it being a long-term success.
Absolutely.
So for me, I think you lot winning an FA Cup now will take you lot to long-term success. I do think
I can see it happening as well. I agree with you. I agree.
Whereas winning an FA Cup for Tottenham, there's no snowball effects. Bearing in mind, I started this stream saying we don't know what we're doing. Winning an FA Cup just confuses that situation more.
It just adds confusion to the already
It
confusion.
just-
You know what I'm saying?
it
That is
just-
the blind
just-
leading the
yeah.
blind. That is the blind leading the
That's
blind.
what
Big
it
up
would be,
Juddy
though.
Sports. Yeah, it would be. Who says flawless word is all that, and we'll get back to this conversation as well. Word is that all parties that are going into the bidding process, the deadline is mid-February. Are y'all wanting to have the 700 million debt included in the sale of Manchester United FC? What I say to you, Juddy, is where's your sauce with this? I ain't even saying you're wrong, because I say this all the time with Manchester United and sales of football clubs. Until I see a reliable source, until somebody makes an official bid, I don't talk on these things. Somebody has to put the money up. I want Manchester United to be sold. Yes. It should include the debt. Also, yes. Somebody has to put big money on the table. We're talking 3, 4, 5, maybe even more billions. Not millions, people, billions. So yeah, Juddy, let me know. But I'm hoping it's true. But I don't see it happening expeditiously. People act like this is going to be quick. That's what I would say. And to Ed, who's because people are talking about the FA Cup. The FA Cup and the League Cup used to hold more weight years ago. It's not the same now. Like FA Cup used to hold more prestige, even in the early to mid-90s. The FA Cup held more prestige. But you know what happened? Champions League money came in. That's what happened. And teams look at that. You get much more money for finishing in the top 4 than you do winning an FA Cup or a League Cup, because you know what more money can do? It helps you. It can help you invest in a team, which then can help you have more success. And you want to go compete for major trophies. I was having this conversation just yesterday about the FA Cup. Just yesterday, someone asked on the Q&A, and I was talking about how the FA Cup and Carabao Cup, if you are competing for top trophies, it was Friday's edition actually. It was Friday's edition. Where was I at? Yeah, it's a side piece if you are competing for top trophies, because people were complaining about Arsenal making changes. And I said, Arteta's priority is the Premier League. The FA Cup is secondary to him. If Arteta doesn't win the Premier League, nobody's going to be talking about Arsenal losing to Manchester City at the end of January. Same way, if they win the Premier League, nobody is going to be talking about them losing to Manchester City in mid-January. All of the top managers in the Premier League era, people, all of the most successful ones prioritize. They chase the Premier League, they chase the Champions League, whether that's Pep Guardiola, whether that's Ancelotti, whether that's Mourinho, whether that's Sir Alex Ferguson. The list goes on and on. Premier League and Champions League is where it's at for top clubs. And then everything else is a side piece. There's no player at any big club who has a statue outside of the stadium for winning an FA Cup or a League Cup. Not a one. There's no one outside. For those that have been outside of Old Trafford, there's not only statues out there, there's pictures of a lot of the legends right outside Old Trafford, right near the stadiums. There's not a one. If Manchester United, I'll let people know, under Sir Alex Ferguson, once we got going, if we only won the FA Cup, it was seen as a failure. Because our goal and objective for the season is Champions League and also Premier League. This is why we've seen Sir Alex Ferguson prioritizing latter stages. When Manchester United did the double in 2008, when we played Everton in that semi-final, you know what he did in that FA Cup? Rotated. He prioritized because he knows what's the bigger priority. Now, if you're where Manchester United are now, we're not competing for the Premier League. We're not even in the Champions League. Like Peter pointed out, we've won 2 knockout ties in the past 10 years. We're not there yet. So now Carabao Cup and FA Cup take priority. Same way for all the teams left in the competition. It's the same for Southampton. It's the same for Newcastle. It's the same for Nottingham Forest. Because these teams haven't won anything in Youngs. So Carabao Cup means a lot. However, Manchester City, we've seen them go to Southampton and get knocked out. Look at the team Pep put out. Look at the team. That tells you the priority that they've got. If he's in a quarterfinal of a Champions League, he's not putting out that team. If they're in the last stage, if there are 4 games to go in the Premier League and they're chasing down Arsenal, guarantee you Pep is playing his strongest team. It's all about prioritizing. Because like I said, this is what this manager's objectives are at the start of the season. And if we're looking at Pep and Klopp, they were the 2 top managers at the start of the season. It's Prem and Champions League. They're the 2 they are looking at. And that's what it is if you are a big club. But, people have different opinions. I don't value the FA Cup as that much. You know what I'm saying? It was a side piece growing up. Now it's the main course because that's that's the second biggest trophy Manchester United can win. It's only the Europa League, I believe, is bigger than the FA Cup. But the fact we're in that position is a problem. This is why our squad is where it's at. This is why if you talk to me and you talk to other Manchester United fans, they're unhappy at where we are. Because the aim is to go and compete and win Premier Leagues. The aim is to go and compete and win Champions Leagues. And we haven't been there in the longest. We haven't been in a Premier League title race in 10 years. 10 years. We haven't been in a Champions League final since 2009. You know what I'm saying? We haven't been in a semi-final, I think, since 2009. That's terrible. Something's gone wrong. This is why you've seen so much money get spent. This is why you've seen so many managers get sacked. This is why you've seen so many players get sold. So, yeah, the FA Cup, yeah, it's nice, but that's all it is. It's a great side dish. It's coleslaw or whatever your favorite side dish is.
Oh, facts.
That's what it is.
But
I don't like coleslaw.
It matters where you are. You're talking about it now because of the way United are now. If you win an FA Cup now, yes, it's the main course now, but hopefully next season it's not the main course.
Facts.
It's only if it's the main course and that's going to be the only thing you eat for the next 5 years. There's no point of it.
Facts.
That's pretty much what I'm saying. If all you're going to eat is coleslaw and then nothing for 5 years, what's the point?
Facts.
You might as well not eat the coleslaw and try and build so you can get a turkey dish later or a full-on steak dinner later. Absolutely. But you're going to save your money. I think in terms of where you are as a club, it matters in terms of why you want to win that trophy or who you are as a club. I'm not saying I wouldn't be jumping up and down if we won a final. There's a difference between being happy and knowing what it does. There are two different things. And I also a bit worrying. It's a bit worrying at the same time. Winning an FA Cup might set us back because it might set, as Peter said, might set the project back. In my head, I think of it as like, I'm not going to sit here and deny that I don't want a trophy, but I also don't want to sell my soul for a trophy. Like here and act like Tottenham are not a big club without one more FA Cup, because I don't have the same values as, I don't know, a West Ham, for example, where that would be an amazing season for them. Like for me, that would be great. Yeah. Only if I'm going to build on it. If not, why do I want to be shit the next season? You tell me what player abroad looks at who's won the League Cup or the FA Cup and says, yes, that's the team I want to go to.
Yep.
If Southampton go win the League Cup next week, right? Or whenever the final is, right? Do players abroad say, okay, I'm going to look at the top four, I'm going to look at who's won the Premier League, and I'm going to say, no, because
in 2017, if Southampton would have beat United, yeah. Maybe, because that Southampton team was consistently pushing for the European places. We're in the Europa League. Granted, Liverpool bought.
Depends where you are. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. As of right now, those people are going to say, hey, are they going to even be in the Premier League next year?
Like, yeah.
Or
are they going to look at, are those players going to look at who that Southampton have won the League Cup and think, right, yep, that's the team to go to because they've won a League Cup. Like, Tottenham and Southampton both cool, yeah? They're thinking, nah, we're not going to go to Tottenham. We're going to go to Southampton because they won a League Cup last year. No, they're not. Let's be real. They're not. And when people say, oh, but Chelsea are able to do deals while they're lower league in the table, Chelsea spend money and you know they're not going to be there long. There's a big difference between club size and why they're there. You have to know your football, guys. It's not. I
have pulled up Swansea City's summer 2013 transfer window. If any of you were asking, Peter, why the fuck did you do that? It's incredibly random. They were going into that season with the Europa League campaign because they won the Carabao Cup, right? So they signed Wilfred Boney from Vitesse, Jonjo Shelby from Liverpool, Jordi Amat from Espanyol. They loaned in Alvaro Vasquez from Getafe. They signed Alejandro Pozuelo from Betis and some random guys from the Scottish League. All right. That was their window after winning a cup and heading into Europe. It did not do this major transformative, like this was not some dawn of a new era kind of shit. It wasn't. They only brought Boney because they had Michu playing up top because what's his name? Fucking Luke Moore was too old by then. Right? But like you're not necessarily going to undergo some fantastic renaissance unless you're like on the cusp of actually being able to achieve.
And they were on the cusp of something.
Yeah, like you need to really make sure you're there before you can say, let's do this. And then something big is going to happen. Like, guys, I'll be so honest with you. If I didn't think United would actually get new owners, I don't think this cup would change things. But United are a huge brand. They're going to be bought, right? They have a manager who seems capable. Yeah, he's kind of weird and like seems socially awkward, but like he seems capable. Nice guy. Fair enough.
Quality manager. You know what I'm saying?
Like, he seems like he doesn't actually have friends, but it is what it is. Maybe he does.
It is what it is.
Hey, watch your damn mouth.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, do you love it? Hey, I'm saying
United win a cup. Relax. United finished third or fourth. They're in the Champions League. You're hearing the anthem next year. Some random Arab buys them for £6 billion. You can sit there and say, yeah, like we're actually going to do something. That's not because they won the Carabao Cup. The platform is there to attract major investment by a third party to then take over and potentially steer the club back to the glory days. Because we all know, like, the glory days as we knew them under Sir Alex are not just going to return because another Sir Alex isn't going to drop out of the sky. And you can't rewind football to that environment that he took over in the 80s. There's too many people to beef with now, when back then there was just one or two people.
Yeah. There's
too much from that aspect.
Absolutely. And to Ed, who says, but an EFL Cup win this season can bring back the winning mentality, which can give us the ability to push and challenge for a league win. But I've spoken on this, Ed. I've said it could be a catalyst. This is why it's important, because we've seen Sir Alex Ferguson, our team that three-peated and won the Champions League. Sir Alex, the first trophy them lot won was the Carabao Cup. We've seen Mourinho do it twice at Chelsea. We've seen Mourinho do it at Manchester United when we won the Carabao Cup and the Europa League. We've seen Pep Guardiola target this competition. There's a reason City won 4 in a row, so it can be, but you can't. It has to be the start of something. You know what I'm saying? You can't just win the Carabao Cup and then fall away. You can't just you can't do an ollie and accidentally stumble across the Europa League because you just have talented players. Because that you're not building anything. Peter made the great point. That analogy is perfect. You're putting a roof on a house with no foundations. Yeah, the roof's all well and good, but you got no windows. You have no electricity. You have no running water. You have no fridge. You have no electrical appliances.
Floors.
You ain't got floors. You don't have furniture, but the roof is lovely. You know what I'm saying? And absolutely, the roof looks great. It does its job. You know what I'm saying? It keeps the rain off your head top. That's what it would have been. This is why I've been adamant. And Ed, you know this. I've been adamant about Manchester United winning a trophy this season. You know why? Because I can see what this manager's doing. If this was Ollie, I wouldn't do that.
Wants to go Box Park and get faded and link women, which he can.
I'm trying to go Wembley though, but we move. But carry on. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
Wembley's fire. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
That's not why. Guys, I don't think you guys. Some of you in the chat, big up to everybody. You guys got to really hear what's being said. We're not saying trophies aren't cool. That's not what's being said. It's just in the grand scheme of things. Once you wake up a couple of days after, and the buzz wears off, right?
Yeah.
You got to really assess the situation. Where are we going? 2018, Chelsea won the FA Cup. I knew that bald bastard was leaving. I was happy. I said, get the fuck out of here. My fear was, are we going to lose Eden Hazard? Then our goalkeeper went on strike. It wasn't, hey guys, it's fine that your 2-time Premier League winning goalkeeper is going on strike to force a move to Madrid because we won an FA Cup. That didn't comfort me. I was like, fuck, we have no goalkeeper. Hazard might leave. This is terrible. This is not fun. There was no platform for Chelsea at that point to consistently compete. So I'm not looking at that FA Cup as some favorable thing that happened to us. If we would have lost, I would have just slandered Conte more. That's it. He still didn't manage again. That was his last ever game. It wasn't like it bought him credit in the bank, and he still sacked him. Fuck him. It's nothing was being built. And if I could go back, I'd do it again. It doesn't. You need to be at a spot where you can push on to really value the incremental progress. Cups and trophies should be.
Continue. Prime, don't put no lies on my name. Go on, carry on.
Hey, fair enough.
You just gotta put lies on my name. That's not the case. That's not the case. I don't. Sure, man. Carry on.
But
this guy.
Cups are incremental progress to greater things. On the way to greater things. That's all they are.
Right.
That's all. They're not the end all and be all. That is not the end of the road to some great achievement for clubs of a certain stature. We are not saying if you're Swansea City, you won the Carabao Cup, and now you're looking at challenging for the league. Get the fuck out of here. That was never.
That's just dumb.
They never said that, right? They were just happy as fuck. They got to play Bradford or somebody, but whatever. Beat them 5.
The cup exists for a reason. You know that saying?
Because it's for others, for Swansea, that is massive. You know what I'm saying? For a Wigan, that is their Champions League for them.
Different club.
Them Newcastle, Southampton, those teams, Nottingham Forest. If they win this Carabao Cup, huge to them. Newcastle will have a parade because they ain't won a trophy since however long it's been. So of course, you know what I'm saying.
It's a huge deal for them, but it's also
for them. It's also because, like you say, their foundations are all there. At the moment.
They're trying to build something, and they're trying.
It's different for Newcastle. I think if you're looking at it again, because we're talking about this Newcastle-Southampton situation, for Southampton, it's huge for them because it's Southampton.
Oh, I would get to talk to you.
They'd have a parade. They'd literally shut down the city of Southampton.
Exactly.
Guys, I'm doing a 4-hour stream on this channel by myself.
You would. They would literally shut down the city of Southampton. Hey, and big up to all of you lot as well. We have gone over 100 likes, so salute to you lot. Big up. You lot really enjoy the show. It is fortnightly, people. The Manchester United, Chelsea, and Spurs show.
It's been a
myself.
very good chat.
With myself, Peter, Eleanor, Surfer, and Jez also representing, Surfer representing Chelsea and Jazz representing Spurs and whoever else. Hit the subscribers as well. We're 2 of 4,970. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. Like I said, we're here fortnightly. There is a playlist for this show as well, but you'll get it fortnightly on Saturdays, people. You will get this fortnightly on Saturdays as well. Jody Sports says, flawless. The Times and the Telegraph said the formal bid deadline is mid-February. United Muppeteers, who said the club is for sale behind the scenes back in August, mentioned the debt will go. Well, I hope you're right, man. I hope you are right. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, love to everyone that is locked in. We are literally going to close out the stream. I'm going to redirect everyone. Get over to Lewis's stream, Royal Rumble stream. I've already put the redirect. Head over there, Sarcasm City Raid. Make sure you big up Lewis. If Surfer's on there, tell him to shut up. You know what I'm saying? If Surfer is on there as well. If Ryan's on there, tell him to shut up as well. If Jazz is on there, the same. No. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Make sure you do that. Say I said in it. But love to everyone that's locked in. This has been the Man Them United podcast meets the Ballers at the Bridge podcast meets Talking That Tottenham Talk
meets Surviving Saints episode 1
live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up for tuning in.